Hi Kyo listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton, welcome to the podcast. Yes, it's been a hot minute. We are at day 7. Don't forget to join me on Insta, X or YouTube where this is restreamed in audio only. So day 7. To hanker or not hanker the Yokozuna? That is the question. Chiyoshima did not make himself any fans on day 5. For those who don't know, Chiyoshima is a hanker specialist. For a long time he has employed the hanker, but of late perhaps put it in his pocket a little bit. Dave and Amy of Sumo Mainichi podcast, they used to even run a competition to find out which day Chiyoshima would hanker. It was so often and so regular. So when Hoshoryu and Chiyoshima met on day 5, perhaps Hoshoryu should have been aware a bit more of the danger. Hoshoryu charged hard at the tachi-ai. Chiyoshima went right immediately, got a grip on the back of his belt, pulled Hoshoryu round to the bales. To Hoshoryu's credit, he did catch Chiyoshima, got a grip, and tried ever so valiantly to hold on at the bales, but for a moment it looked like he had good purchase at the feet, but in the end it was a bit too much and he went over Yorakiri. Funnily enough, other than January, the last time they faced was 3 years ago. It was a fairly furious Oshi battle until they locked up and Hoshoryu employed his specialist leg trip method for a Sotogake leg trip. Now that was 3 years ago. So he gives away his first Kinboshi Gold Star win to a fellow Mongolian because Chiyoshima is Megashira ranked and he's the second oldest to get a Kinboshi. But I'm sure he was anything but happy about it. After the fight, Chiyoshima acknowledged that he lost the last time in a straight-up fight, and he decided that hanker was the way to beat the Yokozuna. He said, "People always say I hanker, but I don't care. What matters to me is winning." Hoshoryu was reportedly a little bit upset that he used the hanker. He said, "It was a learning experience, and in the end, I fell for it. It's my fault." Anyway, day 6, Hoshoryu faced Tobizaru, the flying monkey. Something's going on with Tobizaru. He must be a little bit limited in movement. He got completely dominated for an easy Oshidashi win by the Yokozuna. Day 7 against Takanosho. Again, it was a total domination as Hoshoryu copped a couple of Sapari, but then ploughed through it to remove Takanosho from the ring fairly easily. Hoshoryu, he's 4-2 and still in it as long as he doesn't lose any more matches. Takanosho is 2-4. Ozeki Onosato, he's had 3 easy-ish days, facing Tobizaru himself on day 5 for an easy Yorakiri force-out. Takanosho on day 6 for another easy force-out Yorakiri win. Day 7, he met Chiyoshima. They met face-to-face, a respect he didn't give to Hoshoryu. Sensing any bitterness there. Anyway, Onosato got a right hand in, drove forward. Chiyoshima was easily removed. Onosato, he seems likely to be the main Yusho candidate so far, 6-1. Chiyoshima, 4-3. Given his loss to Wakamoto Haru on day 4, it's clear that Onosato's strength is not retreating or going backwards sumo. It is going forward sumo, and he needs to remember that. Anyway, Karaban Ozeki Kodazakura, he is in a battle to keep his Ozeki status, but the last couple of days he's kept himself in the game. Day 5 saw him against Takanosho. Some very effective Nodowa by Takanosho. Had Kodazakura on the back foot early. Look, it was a good attempt at a pull-down Hikitoshi. It didn't come off for Kodazakura. It gave Takanosho the opportunity to drive Kodazakura out fast and hard. Oshidashi for Takanosho. Kodazakura learnt his lesson, didn't give Chiyoshima that much opportunity on day 6. Good strong tachi-ai. Kodazakura had Chiyoshima on the bales. Chiyoshima went backwards over. Kodazakura went forwards, lunging. Anyway, he won it, but it wasn't convincing. Day 7, he had Tobizaru. Look, like we said, Tobizaru seems a bit limited in movement. Kodazakura took advantage of that, grabbed Tobizaru and drove him out. Yorakiri win. Kodazakura moves to 4-3. He's still in with a good chance. Plenty of time left to get Kachikoshi. Tobizaru now on 1-6. In deep trouble. Wakamoto Haru tried to engage in an oshi battle with Daisho and came off second best. Tsukiyatoshi win for Daisho on day 5. Day 6 saw Daisho against Takayasu. Takayasu went for a big touchy eye, goes for thrusting on Daisho, moves to go inside but thrust again to get purchase, taking Daisho back to the bails, and with a final push, Daisho suffered a good hit to the chin with the final push out. That gave Takayasu that match. Day 7 saw Daisho suffer some serious oshi thrust from Abi, but he weathered the storm and he took Abi out when he retreated and ran out of space. Daisho and Abi both on 4 and 3. Oho faced Abi on day 5 for an Oshidashi win. Look, it was a fairly furious Oshi battle that had them exchanging thrusts around the ring until Oho got the best of it and Oshi'd Abi out. Oho was up against Wakataka Kage on day 6. He had Wakataka Kage under pressure early, but Wakataka Kage got a double inside, which allowed him the purchase to drive Oho back and out. Pretty bad loss to Goneyama after being driven to the bails, and that was his fate on day 7. Oho is in deep trouble in Shin Sekiwake at 2 and 5. Goneyama is also in a bit of trouble, 2 and 5. He is in the meat grinder at the upper Megashira ranks. Abi, he had Kirishima on day 6. Big hit and shift off the touchy eye. Abi disengaged, put Kirishima off balance and in position for an Okuridashi push-out, a rear push-out by Abi on Kirishima there. Day 5 saw Wakataka Kage survive a push-down attempt off his low touchy eye on Kirishima and just powered him back and out. Day 7, Wakataka Kage had Takayasu. Look, it was a pretty decent touchy eye. They both met for a struggle in belt position. And we know Takayasu, he's really good at controlling his opponent's arms, keeping them off the belt. He grabs those elbows and just prevents them from using that arm to get a second grip. In the end, Wakataka Kage tried for a belt position. Takayasu shifted his weight, drove Wakataka Kage with a hit and a turn to leave him ripe for the Oshidashi push-out. And Takayasu, look, he's having a great tournament so far, no jinxes. He's at 6 and 1. Wakataka Kage at Megashira 1, he's in trouble at 2 and 5. Ichi Yamamoto, he beat Shodai with a Hataki Komi slapdown tonight. Ichi Yamamoto 4 and 3, Shodai 3 and 4. Ura is on the back of 3 losses in a row to Terufuji, Shodai and Tamawashi, squandering his good start. I wouldn't say his sumo has been bad the last 3 days, probably a little bit unlucky. He is using this orthodox style a little bit, and I think it is looking fine. It just, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Day 7 was a fairly fierce Oshi battle with Tamawashi that he just lost with a well-timed hit to put Ura off balance. So Ura 3 and 4, Tamawashi going well at 5 and 2. Takeda Fuji, he's had 3 wins on the run against Ura, Ichiyamamoto and Endo. He's sporting a nasty black eye from one of his previous matches. Day 7 against Endo, he used his 2-legged hopping motion to force Endo back and out fairly easily. Takeda Fuji moves to 5 and 2. Hakuoho, he's still in the running at 5 and 2. He got henkered by Meisei on day 6, but otherwise has been fighting fairly strongly. Nishikigi got his first win of the tournament on day 7 against Shononumi. It was a good Yorikiri force out there for Nishikigi. Both Nishikigi and Shononumi, they're now on 1 and 6 in desperate trouble. Midori Fuji, he got out-muscled by Meisei on day 5, but got Endo in a good turn position for an Okuridashi on day 6. Day 7 is fight against Ryuden. Look, it was classic Midori Fuji. Midori Fuji, off the touchy eye, tries to get inside. The opponent tries to prevent it. Midori Fuji gets inside, retreats, pulls, and the opponent goes down. Katasakashi, under shoulder, swing down. Midori Fuji, 4 and 3. Look, the other impressive Rikishi so far this tournament, Tsurunumi is at 6 and 1 down the bottom of the Bansuke. 3 good days was a pretty good tactical win over the very fast Asakoryu. Two mutters had Tsurunumi probably a little bit upset because Asakoryu was trying hard to go fast. He shifted, got in behind, and Okuridashi Asakoryu. Takarafuji was a good inside position, leading to a Tsukinage body throw. Day 7, Tsurunumi just copped a whole lot of Supari abuse from a very long-armed Kota Shoho. Kota Shoho got hold of his arm, tried to Kotanage Tsurunumi, but he lost the arm and suffered the consequences, put him off balance. Oshidashi win for Tsurunumi, 6-1, and well in the game. I'd expect Tsurunumi to float up the Torakumi to meet the higher Rikishi very soon. So that's day 7. Now, Onosato is in the lead with Takayasu and Tsurunumi on 6-1. 5-2 includes the Yokozuna Hoshoryu, Takeru Fuji, Tamawashi, Hakuoho, Meisei, and Onakatsu. So they're our leaders so far. Expect some of those boys to start floating up to the top of the Bunsuke with 8 days left. It's certainly still wide open. So don't forget to join me Monday evening. I will be doing Sunday morning sumo on YouTube. I'll be commentating for 2 hours live with Ron from the USA. Very knowledgeable man in terms of sumo, so that should be a lot of fun. Expect Goose to chime in from the side as well. I see a big week coming. Don't forget to join me again, Hakioi listeners. Let's learn sumo.